your God power. Get everything you ever wanted and live the life of your dreams. The Master's Course. Copyright 2010 by Richard Lee McKim Jr. All rights reserved. Let the quest for knowing begin. Chapter 5. Resonance, the secret matchmaking force of the universe. Okay, question number 1. Resonance is a state when what occurs? A. Like frequencies meet. B. Unlike frequencies meet. C. Frequency meets energy. Or D. A situation meets matter. Well, the answer is A. Resonance is a state when like frequencies meet. When like frequencies meet, they begin to resonate with each other. It's just an amazing fact of the universe. It's how it works. Isn't it wild that if you have two guitars and you got one playing the number 3 string, that even though that vibration is in the air, and that vibration itself, the sound waves themselves, are actually bouncing off and hitting every single thing in the room, when they hit that one number 3 string that is the same frequency, that resonates at the same frequency, it begins to vibrate. But everything else does not. Now, if you turned up the volume, if you put a number 3 string sound in the stereo and cranked it up, things would vibrate from that loud sound. The walls would vibrate, the windows would vibrate, but they wouldn't resonate. They wouldn't be in resonance. How amazing is that? B, unlike frequencies meet? No. It has to be like frequencies. C, frequencies meets energy? No. Now, when a frequency meets energy, it vibrates, but it doesn't resonate. Resonate is when like frequencies meet. D, a situation meets matter? No, it's not when a situation meets matter. Now, situations and matter are similar because they're both created by frequency. Of course, frequency is created by meaning, so meaning creates situations and meaning creates matter. But situation meeting matter, that doesn't mean anything. Okay, question number 2. Resonance has the ability to do what? A. Move huge masses. B. Elicit responses from like frequencies. C. Bring into a mutual awareness people, situations, and events. Or D. All. Well, the answer is D. It's all. Resonance has the ability to move huge masses. Answer A, absolutely. Remember the bridge? That entire bridge had a signature frequency that it vibrated at. And when the wind blew through those cables at a certain speed, which happened to be like 42 miles an hour, it created that exact frequency, and that huge bridge began to twist and writhe until it finally ripped itself apart. Objects have frequencies. Now you can take a little blob of glass, a little blob from at the glass factory, and it spills on the ground. It's got a certain frequency. You take that same amount of glass and you form it into a cylindrical shape, it's got another frequency. You take that same amount of glass and you form it into a glass where it's got a bottom and it can hold water, it's got another frequency. Now, if you pour water in it, it changes the resonant frequency again. So objects have frequencies, resonant frequencies, based on what they're made of, what their proportions are, what their shape is, what their size is, all of that. But it just so happened that that bridge's frequency was able to be reached by those cables. And so yes, It can move huge masses. B, elicit response from like frequencies? Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, that's what was happening with the bridge. When that frequency was being created by the wind in the cables, it elicited a response from the bridge which had a like frequency. When we saw the glass example, we created the we found out what frequency the glass resonated at, put it in the amplifier, put it in the sound system, started playing that frequency, and what did it do? It elicited a response from the glass that had a like frequency, and the glass actually began to flex. And it elicited so much of a response that the glass finally also shattered. Now, if we had turned down the volume, same frequency, but lower volume, that glass could have flexed and responded and vibrated all day. With the waitress example, the waitress was speaking the exact words in the way that the customers were saying them, and so because of that likeness, she was eliciting a response from them, and she got a better tip. The computer agent who was matching the like frequency, the like head movements of the people watching the video, elicited a better cooperation. So yeah, resonance has the ability to elicit responses from like frequencies, absolutely. C, bring into mutual awareness people, situations, and events, absolutely. If you take the two guitars and you pluck the third string on one, the other guitar, if it's got a third string that's tuned to the same frequency, it's going to become aware of the first guitar because it's going to start vibrating on that string. But as it vibrates on that string, it too then emits a sound. And because that sound is the same frequency as the first sound, when it comes back, it's going to resonate with the first guitar. So the first guitar is going to become aware of the second guitar. So they become aware of each other because they become in resonance. So yes, it brings into mutual awareness people, situations, and events. Like attracts like. Takes one to know one. We've known this, but just didn't know exactly why, or technically how it happened. Remember the dog example? Where your resonance is automatically transmitting. You're automatically transmitting your frequency at all times. That's how resonance works. If you weren't automatically transmitting your frequency at all times, how would resonance work? It wouldn't be able to select like items. So you're always transmitting, and like items always become aware of each other. And is it a coincidence? No, no coincidence. It's no coincidence that the dog is waiting at the door. Coincidence does not exist. So resonance has the ability to bring to mutual awareness your dog. It has the ability to let your dog know you're coming, because your thought of going home resonates with his thought of wanting you home. That's a vibrational match. It's not a coincidence that your dog is waiting at the door. But, technically, the way it actually happens is resonance actually creates the event, creates the situation. Resonance created the situation that the dog would be waiting at the door. Now, technically, what happens is resonance, there's unlimited possibilities. Every situation has unlimited possibilities. That's why it's neutral. It can be good or it can be bad. Now, from those unlimited possibilities, one exact possibility, resonates with one exact meaning. So that particular specific meaning, which in the case of the dog is the owner's coming home, that specific meaning elicited an exact response from the dog to wait at the door. Now, it looks like resonance created that situation, and it sort of did, but technically it elicited that one response from all that was possible. The dog could have gone to the dog bowl and drank some water, or ate some food, or went back to sleep, or went and did something else. Those are all kinds of possibilities that the dog could have done. But out of all the things the dog could have done, one of them was to go wait at the door. That was the specific outcome that was elicited by the frequency and the thought that the owner's coming home. So resonance is a very powerful tool, and it's an amazing thing. It is the basis of the entire universe. Resonance is the reason that things come together, things happen. It's resonance.
To continue, go to How to Use Your God Power, chapter number 5, segment number 39. Let your quest for knowing continue.